Today we are reading No More Magic by Avi. Avi is a pretty popular author, but I noticed that this book has not really been taken out, so I figured I'd read the first chapter and see how it is. There we go. Let's see. It goes. Here we go. Right after school, I met my best friend Eddie. Eddie's a neat guy. He's the best drawer in class and knows just as much about superheroes as I do. Maybe more. I know more about magic. We get together and do some great things. I had my Green Lantern suit, and he was going to get his Batman costume. That's why we met. It was Halloween that night. Now, you have to understand that in my town, Halloween is a big thing. The kind of costume you wear is pretty important, and you've got to protect your secret identity. If anything, most of the fun is faking out your friends as to who you are. We got on our bikes and headed out of town. Toward Eddie's house, 2 miles away. We had decided to work on our costumes in secret at the swimming hole by the old bridge, which is close to his place. It was a Friday afternoon, kind of cold too, so I had to wear my old black and white checkered jacket. We got up there fast. I had brought my stuff that morning, so I didn't have to go home. While I laid out my costume, he rode on to get his. He came back running all the way. That's how excited we were. His costume was really great, with gray tights and a fantastic mask, which his mother had helped him make. He even had boots, black ones, and a bat rope. I was sure he would win the prize for the best costume at the Halloween parade tonight. My costume was good too. My mother had given me a real green ring, which, if you held it just right, it kind of glowed. My father had found out a mask which was perfect. I made the rest myself. When we got our stuff on, we played around for a while, working out a story about how Batman and the Green Lantern were fighting Magic Marvel. I made 'em up. It was a cool game. I kept thinking up magic tricks on which Magic Marvel played on us, while Eddie thought up ways to get out of his evil traps. In the end, we got him. We usually do. When we had finished, he wanted to show off our costumes to someone. Eddie had the idea of sneaking up to his house through the woods to surprise his folks. That's just what we did. Leaving the road, we climbed up the hill, pretending that we were taking a secret trail. But there was no trail in the woods, and we kept tripping. Branches were slapping us, and it had began to get dark. For a moment, Eddie lost his way and had to stop and look around. "I can hear you breathing," I said. "I can hear you." In the silence, there was a crashing noise back somewhere. I stopped, and I tried to see what had caused the sound. Eddie tried too. "Nothing, probably," he finally said, then started to push on again. I had to hurry to catch up. It wasn't too long before we had snuck up to his place and burst into the kitchen where his parents were. I think they were surprised, even a little frightened. Not that they admitted it. Anyway, they liked the costumes. By that time, it was pretty dark, so Rosemary, Eddie's mother, drove me home in time for supper. My folks were a little annoyed because I hadn't told them where I was going, but as soon as they saw that I had been at Eddie's house and that his mother had been around, they forgot about me and invited Eddie's parents for dinner or something. When my brother Mike, he's my older brother, saw my costume, he admitted it was pretty good, but he didn't think it would fool anybody. But then he teases me about a lot of magical stuff I make up. With him, everything has to be scientific real. "You wouldn't catch me dead in a costume," he let me know. I remember that afternoon so well because it was the last time things were ordinary for a while. That night, the town was crawling with ghosts, goblins, witches, and other weird stuff. But things really began when I looked outside the next morning, Saturday, and discovered that my bike wasn't there. And by the way, my name is Chris. So, that is our first chapter of this book called No More Magic by Avi. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next week for first chapter. All right, bye.